Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to introduce you to a modern way of making sencha, which is perhaps Japan's premium and most common green tea. Now, the traditional way is what you can see here. This is a Kyusu, which is a traditional Japanese teapot. And these are traditional Japanese teacups. All of these come from Ishikawa-ken. This is the main way that most Japanese people make their sencha, especially in terms of leaf sencha. And the sencha we're going to make today is this. This sencha comes from Shizuku, but the company is actually a Fukui company. So the company's name is Tsubaki Sozen, and they source their tea from all over Japan. This particular one comes from Shizuku. And if we open the lid like so, it has a beautiful, beautiful smell. And I'm sure this will make some great sencha. So, as I said, this is the traditional way of making sencha, but now I want to introduce you to the modern way. Hario is a glassware manufacturer here in Japan. It's actually based in Nihonbashi in Tokyo. And they are very famous for their glassware, specializing more in coffee related equipment. However, they do make a great modern style tea dispenser, and I'd like to introduce you to it today. So let me introduce you to the first box. And the first box is the actual tea dispenser. So here we have the lid. There we go, and here we have the actual tea dispenser. So it looks like this. It has a little lip here, and that actually dispenses the tea once it's been processed. This glassware can handle about 130 degrees of hot water. So most sencha is heated up, the water of it is heated up to between 60 and 80 degrees. Most people recommend 70 degrees for sencha. People recommend usually 80 degrees for the matcha styles, and people recommend for gyokuro, which is the premium green tea here in Japan, they recommend hot water of about 60 degrees. But most sencha and most people who make sencha say 70 degrees is the ideal temperature. But this glassware can actually handle 130 degrees. So it's wonderfully made, lovely shape and craftsmanship, very clear, and it has a filter system here. Now this filter system, if we take our traditional Kyusu, is the same as that. So this just filters the tea leaves once they're processed, stay in here, and the tea is dispensed or poured out this way. Whereas for here, the tea leaves will stay in here once the tea is created, and then we just press this button here. So this is the dispenser. Let me put this maybe over here. Okay, and let me just cover this up like so. The other box contains the jug, and the jug is where the tea is actually processed in. So once it's dispensed, it's placed in here. Now this jug is just a standard beautiful jug. 800 milliliters can be held in here. The interesting thing about this jug is the lip. Can you see the lip here is concaved? And this is because you can make both hot tea and iced tea. So if you put ice cubes in here, and then you dispense the tea in like so, you get a nice iced tea for the summer months. And when you pour it, the ice cubes will lock onto here, and you'll only get the liquid coming out. So we have two pieces of glassware. We have our dispenser and we have our jug. And Hario has also created this. And this is a stand, basically. So the jug goes in like so, and the dispenser goes in like so, with the lip facing you, and there you have it. The modern way of making Sencha tea. Okay, welcome back. I've decided to turn off the artificial lights because of the reflection, so hopefully you can still see me okay. So we've got our modern style tea dispenser all ready, and we've got our more traditional style tea pouring all ready, and we've got our tea. So this is what the tea looks like. So let's compare the two and see how it goes. The first thing you do for both processes is, of course, put your tea into the dispenser and into the Kyusu teapot. Now, the main, I guess, ratio, tea to water, is 1 gram of tea to about 30 milliliters of water. A traditional chago or tea scoop in Japan can scoop about 3 to 4 grams of tea. So here we go. There we go. And so we put it in here. And we do the same. And we put it in here. Okay. I have already heated up my water, and the water has been heated to 70 degrees. Now, as I said, the ratio is 1 gram to 30 milliliters. I've measured here about 110 milliliters. So technically, if I have 4 grams here, I should be about 120. However, I like my tea a little bit stronger, so I've reduced the water slightly. Let me pour this in. As you can see, immediately the dispenser the condensation has occurred. And let me close this lid, and we wait for about a minute. For the more traditional method, using the Kyusu, again, I have heated some water, and we just pour the water, same degrees, so 70 degrees. Pour the water, that's 1. That's 2. And we pour the water into the Kyusu and close it and wait. So both times, 1 minute. Let's see how it goes. Okay, welcome back. So we've waited a minute. Let's first pour the tea using the dispenser. So I'm just going to turn this around slightly. And you can see the lip here. We've got the jug in place. Let's press this lip. And the tea is dispensed. And there, this is what it looks like. A nice yellow tinge. Now, let me just move this slightly away. And let's see how we dispense the tea using a more traditional method. So, let's put our cups here. Usually, the reason why we put hot water into the cups and then put the hot water into here, 2 reasons actually. First is to cool the water down in a natural way, because when water is poured from one container into another, it naturally cools. And the other thing to do is, the other reason rather to do this, is to heat up the cups. So, we usually pour like so, and the order is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. I'll show you what I mean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the last drops we kind of are actually the best drops. And there we have it. Now, let's see what this tea looks like. So again, let me put this away for the moment, just to that side here. Let me put these 2 teacups like so. And let me use a wine glass to show you the colour of this dispensed tea. So have a look at that. That's a beautiful colour. It's very tinged in yellow. So usually a late harvest will probably have a little bit of yellow in it. Also, this is Yabukita tea varietal. So it's not as green as maybe Acai Midori. But it looks beautiful. A little bit cloudy, but that's to be expected. The smell is fantastic. And the taste is superb. The taste is absolutely superb. A wonderful umami style to it. Beautiful complex texture. Complements both the nose and the palate. It has a savouriness to it, a gentleness, a little bit of acidity, but a really, really nice Shizuku tea. And now let's taste it from a traditional style pouring method. A little bit warmer. The water, because here there's a lot more oxidization taking effect, the water cools quickly, whereas here it's a small circumference, small area, so the water cools a little bit less quickly. Also, this is wood, or actually this is shiki or lacquerware, urushi, whereas this is glass, so the material is also a bit different. Both styles are fantastic. Now, let me just reach over here. I have a small glass, so let me pour some of this into here so you can see the colouring. If we compare the two, this is slightly more concentrated. So the dispenser slightly concentrates the tea more than a traditional method. But again, whichever way you choose, whether you want to go modern or more traditional, I'm sure you'll enjoy your Sencha experience. Take care for now. Bye bye.